Intertalk Radio. You're in to all things music.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
This is the Changing Stage radio show powered by the mighty Intertalk Radio Network. You're in to all things music. Actually, I should have had my co-host say that because she does that for our trailers here. Miss Megan Wen here today with us. Say hello, Megan. Oh, don't be shy, girl. You're around the radio all the time. There we go. We are having a great day. It's a Friday afternoon here in sunny Southern California, and we're looking out at the palm trees swaying and enjoying the weather. Hopefully, it doesn't get stupid hot or colder anytime in this near season here, but we've got a friend who was a UCSD you still are a graduate, so you were a UCSD student, but he's from another world right now. He's got a brother who plays basketball. Just joking. Mr. Sam Lynn is here with us.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming out, man.
Feels good to be back. I lived here for about almost 5 years, so this is crazy.
Enjoying the weather. How's the weather in Taiwan, man?
It's very humid. We're on an island, and but it does get pretty nice. But when it's hot, it's just super humid. It's not like here. It's very dry.
It's just gonna make me want to eat, dude.
Yeah,
obviously, I'm not afraid of food, so it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it rains a lot too, so
does it?
It's very different. Yeah.
So let's kind of start from the beginning here. Man.
Cool.
You were a student. You went to UCSD, not known for its music programs, although incredible musical talents are teachers there.
Yeah.
We got Kamal, who is now, he just won Grammys with producing Gregory Porter. Ken Anderson, an incredible gospel choir teacher, and a bunch of other guys over there. Yep. But the school is known for its medical / engineering /
exactly
very analytical type of process. What brought you to that school? How did you get into this whole music game, and what led to where you're at now? Because all the people who are listening, they may not know you quite yet, but they're going to know who you are. And I know all of your fans who are going to be watching here on either Facebook or YouTube. They're going to be like, "Yeah, my boy's there."
My dad is actually a music teacher in the Bay Area, so I grew up in San Jose.
Yeah,
shout out to the Bay.
Who was? We just had somebody from San Jose just here.
Oh, yes. For real?
Yeah, San Jose is representing. Who was it? I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah, but anyway, continue on,
let me know later. Maybe I know him.
I remember.
Yeah.
What's that? The guy at the pho place? Oh, that's right.
The guy at the pho place?
Yeah. What? Well, that's funny. That is true, though. That's why I know that.
I like pho, so I mean,
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to pho.
Delicious.
PB Pho and Grill. I got to get it right. If you guys get a chance before you all leave, you got to go over there and tell James Tino sent you. But it's
word.
Yeah, because PB is not known for its pho.
No, not. I've never even had pho in PB.
Yeah, dude.
What the heck?
It's like OC kind of level.
Yeah.
Megan, you could kind of testify to that, right?
I know. Well, I'm Vietnamese and I've never had pho in PB.
But
if Tina's saying it's good, then it's probably good.
Yeah, we just went there last night. We had 2 there, so she's Vietnamese and she enjoyed it. Anyway, I mean that's a whole different other story.
Yeah.
So you came from San Jose down here.
So I grew up in San Jose, straight up Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And then after high school, I mean UCSD was the best university I got into. And it was far from home. So I'm like, heck yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here. So I came down here. I started playing violin when I was 7. My dad forced it upon me. It was against my will. Yeah. He's a music teacher. So he's like, my son's going to play this thing too.
And, and it wasn't like you're going to play you're not playing, the black violins.
No. It wasn't cool. I wasn't cool growing up playing violin, Yeah. So then I was like, man, this is whack. I'm wasting my time. All my friends are out playing basketball, having fun, and I'm just at home practicing like freaking Mozart. Yeah. And then, I wasn't feeling it. So then, I kind of stopped practicing after high school, like during high school. But when YouTube came out, this was in the mid 2000s, I was just about to start high school. And I was like, I want to learn how to play guitar and piano because you know why? Because I want to get girls, and I started liking girls.
We all did that.
You know,
Paul's a guitar player.
Paul's what's up? You know, I'm like, yeah, I
I'm
want
the same way.
to woo girls too. You know,
Yeah.
So I started learning piano and guitar from watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I picked it up quickly because I knew how to play violin, so I had a good year. And I think me and my younger sister, we had my dad's genes, you know, with the music. So we can always, you know, listen to something and just kind of imitate it on any instrument. So I started playing piano and guitar, and I was like, I like this. And I started picking up drums. I started playing the drum set. This was all in high school. And because I knew how to play violin, everything else came really quickly. UCSD, you know, I came to UCSD, and I mean, never thought about doing music. You know, I came in,
that's not.
I
the
came
school
in. I didn't
that
even have a
most people
major.
go
I was
to.
undeclared. I know what I want. You know, I just want to have fun.
Yeah,
I was like, I got 4 years, man. I'm 18 years old. I'm about to do this. And then,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Megan can relate, right?
Yeah, well, I'm actually from San Diego too. So
Okay.
ever since like elementary school, it's like, I want to go to UCSD. I'm going to stay
Nice.
close to home. It's going to be great. I get there first quarter and I'm just like, what did I do
Yeah,
to
yeah.
myself? You know?
Uh-huh.
So, I've made a lot of friends. I'm also, you were a communications
yeah.
major.
Yeah.
I just switched. I was structural engineering and I realized I'm not doing this.
Right,
so
right.
Communications is
Yeah.
more.
I started off with econ too,
Yeah.
economics. And, I
And much
switched
like her, we met her mom at they have the Musicians Club has this big iconic performance they do, and her mom came up to me and it's like, you know, I thought she was gonna like kill me because you know her daughter went and changed her major from from that to communications.
Right.
Working here now.
Yep.
But she was pretty happy. She seemed like she was cool with it.
Yeah, they're pretty supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Awesome.
So, and you did the same thing. You were doing communications.
Yeah.
Pops was like, look.
Yeah.
You're going to play violin. You're going to play Mozart, Beethoven like it's supposed to be. No hip-hop versions of it. So no
Yep.
black violins. Even
Nope.
though they weren't out yet. But
Right. Exactly. It was just, I don't know, music, it's always been a hobby, but I never thought about doing it for real.
Yeah.
And then you spoke of Ken Anderson earlier.
Yeah.
He's a good personal friend of mine.
Ah, yeah.
Actually, this gentleman sitting next to me, let me introduce him. His name is John Lee.
John, hey, what's going
Out
on,
here.
John?
Hi, how's
Very
it going,
talented
everybody?
man. Yeah, I'm going to give a background about how we met. I met him, we performed at gospel choir. So Ken Anderson, he picked me up as a drummer,
Okay.
and he picked John up as a bassist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this was...
And the person I'm actually thinking of, even though we're talking about the Fub place, is Lawrence Park. Do you know
Lawrence Park. Of course I know Lawrence.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're working with Lawrence, and the gentleman that you seen earlier might be Lawrence's bass player for his. He's going to have a big show over at UCSD coming home party.
Oh, okay.
So on May 20th. I don't know if you're going to be around, but
Awesome. Cool.
yeah. So, but I
Well,
would imagine around the same time frame because you guys are about the same age.
Yeah. Did Lawrence ever mention the two of us? Nah.
Not yet. No.
Okay.
We've only met a couple of times. We're just
Okay.
trying
All right.
to help him grow his career. But
Cool.
I'll let him know he has to recognize his boys.
Right. we can. I can talk a little bit about Lawrence here on air. Yeah. I met Lawrence at UCSD, and we decided to kind of do music together, as a duo.
Yeah.
And we all met John at the same time. And then Lawrence actually is probably the beginning of why I decided to do music.
Wow. Okay.
Because I play a lot of instruments.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and he's a vocalist. vocalist.
Yeah.
And then when we met,
Ken is his mentor.
yeah, he's so good. Yeah, Ken is his mentor. We decided to do a lot of music together, making YouTube videos. And then when we met John took us to a whole nother level because this guy knew how to mix, produce, arrange, master music.
Okay,
And,
Renaissance man, John. There you go, man.
and he's really good. Very talented bassist as well. Plays drums, plays every instrument. So then the three of us we did start our own thing, you know. And then I started to decide to kind of go solo. This was probably my senior year of college, 2013. And then I won a YouTube competition.
They had competitions.
Do you know Lindsey Sterling?
Yeah.
So Lindsey Sterling had a nationwide contest, and I won. So I won the contest, and that got
is
me
awesome. Yeah.
from 0 to X amount of followers and views.
What'd you
real
win?
Quick.
What'd you win?
What did we win? She posted my video on her page. You know, she's already had millions of followers at the time.
Yeah.
And then I got to meet her in LA, and
Wow.
then VIP at the concert. So it was cool, and that kind of boosted my confidence
I was like, small feat. I imagine she had a lot of people that.
Oh yeah, she's huge now, man. Yeah. She's selling out stadiums. Yeah, but yeah, that really kind of got me going. I'm just like, hey, maybe I don't have to be like everybody else and do economics or do 9-to-5 job, go into finance and hate it. I was like, maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe I can pursue music.
It sounds really familiar.
Maybe I can be a cool musician.
Do you know Tina Gao?
No,
is it Gao?
Guo. She's a
cellist. Yeah.
Cellist.
Same thing. We had her on one of our shows here. She's amazing.
Dope.
You got to look her up, man. She's badass.
I will.
And she gets naked in one of her videos too. It's kind of weird.
Really?
And that's a whole other different subject altogether. But
I gotta go take a look at that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Megan. Megan's looking at me. Jackie's probably laughing. He's listening in, by the way. So shout out to Jackie Bertoni right now, who's listening. He's got the show Jackie's Groove on our network. He's basically the voice of our network. He's just been leading it and charging it. So he was calling. I was telling him, man, you got to tune in. We got Megan. She's learning how to be a co-host today too, as well as the great Sam. So Lindsey Sterling, you were there. You're like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do, man.
Yeah, I was just like, out of like 500 videos submitted, I got number 1. And I was just like super proud and super happy.
I didn't get a chance to see that video. I seen some of the other ones. Mm-hmm. The last one I seen was the one where you're like going from instrument to instrument on a kind of a street corner. Or something.
Yeah.
Really cool. What was the video about? What was the song? And tell us a bit about that.
By that time, Lindsey was already huge. She was already really famous. So she wanted everybody else to kind of do a cover of her song and make it creative.
Okay.
The most creative, talented,
so
whatever.
you're playing violin though, I'm assuming, on this.
I play violin, drums.
But no, on this
piano.
particular track.
Yeah, I play.
That's a bold move to actually do her song in violin.
Right.
I figure everybody else would try to do something different because it's like, how are you going to beat her out on her own song?
Exactly.
But that's cool.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, after I won, I was like, hey, maybe I gotta try. How old was I? I was like 21 years old, 22 years old. I'm like, I gotta do this. So I decided to keep making YouTube videos, and then I was gonna move to LA and work on music. However, I went to Taiwan for a 3-week vacation. It was just, I had my future all planned, to be honest. I was going to move to LA, and then I was going to work with another YouTube guy over there in LA. But I went to Taiwan for vacation, 3 weeks, and I met a girl.
Oh, man. That'll do it for you every time.
I met a girl, and I basically fell in love. Like, it was boom, real quick.
Is she listening right now?
She's not. So,
well, she'll be. We'll have it archived, so we'll get you that, and she'll be able to listen to you.
Okay, yeah, and then
or I should ask: are you guys still together?
Oh, we were not anymore.
Oh man,
that's why this story is like I went to.
Oh,
so I decided to move. I decided to move my life to Taiwan, and check this out. I grew up in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So I could barely speak Mandarin at this time. So then I went because I wanted to chase after this relationship because I was 22 and I was in love and nothing else in this world mattered. I don't know if you guys can relate to that.
I think I've been there a couple of times myself, brother.
Okay.
I got a few years, so I think I've had one or two of those.
So you feel me right now.
I do.
So I moved from California to Taiwan by myself with my 3 big luggages, and I'm just like, all right, let's see what happens. No job, no place to live, just this girl that I love.
You are a true artist heart, for sure.
You really? So that's what happened. And I went,
Stupid things for the right reason is all about what we do, man. I've heard some crazy stories, but go ahead and continue.
Yeah, to me at the time, I didn't think it was crazy at all. I was just like blinded by love. So I went, and long story short, our relationship didn't work out, and I was there just by myself. I didn't do music at all at this point. Nobody knew who I was. Like, I had no connections. And I had basically had 2 options at the time. I'm like, I fly home back to California and continue to do my thing, or I stay in Taiwan and kind of build this Sam Lin music brand. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? Let's try it out. I'm already here. And of course, I had a lot of encouragement and support from my friends, like John and a lot of my other friends. Like,
was he supporting you from here in the States, or was he over there with you?
No, he was over here. He didn't fall in love with any girls over there, so he didn't go. So yeah, that's what happened. And I was like, let me try to do this. I give myself 1 year. So in 2016, I decided to just make videos by myself. I didn't know anybody. So in 1 year, I just went from 0 to over 100,000 fans on Facebook just by posting videos like once a week. And then after this, it was kind of like the Lindsey Sterling moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a sec. I started from zero in San Diego, and I started from zero by myself in Taiwan
Yeah.
at this foreign country. And I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to keep going. So that's what kind of happened. And I met a lot of people on this journey.
Yeah.
You know, once you have a following, people come to you. And then Samsung, actually, the new Galaxy S7,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the spokesperson for that phone in Taiwan.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so like,
Wait,
that's kind of cool.
Let me see your phone.
Phone's right there.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Yeah.
It represent. Actually, I
Yeah.
used to know a lot of the folks from Samsung. I used to work for Microsoft.
Oh, word.
And we used to. They used to make a Windows phone. That was what I did marketing for.
Oh, shoot.
For Microsoft. So
That's dope.
I can't remember the name of the president, but I met him like briefly. Like, hi, how are you doing? One of the things. So
Cool.
yeah, this is good phones. They had a little challenges recently, so I got the big guns to come out to bring them back into the.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, things are looking okay for me over there. I mean, I can speak Chinese and read Chinese. I'm like fluent now.
Oh, good.
So that's always a plus. You know, got to perform at a lot of places in Taiwan, even go to China. You know, so it's going for me, and I'm really, really happy that I fell in love with somebody in Taiwan, because I would never move there. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there was no way. After that 3 weeks, I was ready to come home.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen.
Things
and
happen
I think,
for a reason and purpose, man. I believe it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm very thankful and grateful to be where I'm at right now.
That's cool.
And,
Now I want Megan to jump in here because she's kind of on that kind of trajectory. What kind of things would you like to know about someone who is kind of not as far removed from your pathway of this, on his journey, but definitely has accomplished quite a bit. So
Yeah. Well, honestly, you're older, but honestly, your story, I see a lot of like parallels between where I'm at right now. So it's really cool to hear that. I guess just for general listeners and for myself as well, what kind of any advice that you would give to either people who are, trying to make it on YouTube or as an artist, in today's generation without the technology, like any advice that you would give to those younger starting out?
well, to be honest, in the beginning, it wasn't easy. Like, this journey was not easy at all. In Taiwan,
I was going to recommend you go to Taiwan and meet a girl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just had to jump in there.
I mean, dude, the views and the followers, they didn't come right away. I had to hustle. I had to post videos even when nobody watched them. When it was just like 5 people, 10 people.
And that was before they were doing live too, I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're having to do them, produce them,
Yeah.
put them up.
I can tell you countless times I wanted to move home, from just being in Taiwan. I was just by myself, dude. I was like, what am I doing here, So many times where I'm just like, man, I gotta go back home. I can't do this. But I think to answer your question, in the beginning of my career, I was mainly just singer, instrumentalist. I didn't really produce music. I didn't know how to do a lot of technical stuff. My boy, John Lee, when we started, when me and Lawrence were doing music together, he didn't know what the heck he was doing either. John was just kind of, right? Like,
yep, it was just an SM57, a really crappy interface, and no idea.
Which interface was it? Just curious.
I don't think there even was an actual interface. It was we went through an old PA because when you can't afford anything, when you're broke college students, like, you just get whatever you can take. It was literally just a PA line level out into like a MacBook microphone.
Oh wow, okay, that's cool. That's how you do it. Yeah,
it's like any way you can.
Hey, back when I started, we had a cassette recorder and another cassette recorder, and you'd play something into one, and then you'd play that one, and you play along with it, back and forth until it just was completely mushy. But hey, at least you got all the tracks down.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I'm with you, man.
All the old Beatles stuff is just done on 4 tracks.
Not the later half. Actually, the first ones were all done. Some of them done mono, then they went stereo, and then they did 4-track. But they did something different. They would take the drums and put them all on one ear, and the bass on one ear, and then they put the other one on other. So they just completely panned everything either left or right. They didn't do anything where we would keep center channel or anything. They didn't do it. So it's crazy.
Nice.
And then they do a lot of ping pong effects.
Yeah.
So anyway, continue on.
Yeah, and I think he was always pushing me, to get better at production, at mixing, at doing all this stuff, because I'm not a very technical guy. I don't like to sit behind the computer.
You're creative, man. You go fall in love.
Right.
You run away halfway around the world, and you go make a music career.
Yep.
But not with that intention. But that's what love will do, bro.
Yep. So I mean, I was always been of a, I like to write songs, like to improvise, I like to create.
So kind of with that said, kind of jumping off the career trajectory, what is your sound? How would you describe your sound and your flavor of music?
I started off kind of mixing pop and classical music, together, the crossover.
Yeah.
But right now, after like listening to a lot of, chain smokers, like these guys, I want to make some more like very chill vibe with some violin and the classical background I've had, because I'm a very melodic person. I like to make melodies, and very juicy and colorful chord progressions. That's what I want to do. Kind
of tying back into Megan's original question on what are some of the advice. You start off covers obviously a little bit.
Yep.
Do you recommend that for the next pathway for people, or do you, with the saturation of everything right now, do you recommend just going into originals?
It depends on what they want to do. A lot of artists on YouTube, they have a great career just singing other people's songs forever.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Sort of, though. It's really tough to get paid.
Unless you have like a lot of followers and the monetize.
Even the followers thing is because of the licensing stuff. Those are all the challenges.
Right. Yeah.
If you're singing somebody else's song, they get paid for you doing it.
Right.
They get paid for your listens. You're not getting paid unless you've got a licensing arrangement with them. But for the most part, most of the people who have huge numbers, they don't have that. So
it's hard. I think a lot of cover artists, they're all coming out with originals. For me, I enjoy making covers, but I have a lot of original stuff that I've been making and working on and try to improve and get better every day. So I think you can do both, but I would suggest don't spend so much time on covers. If you got, let's say you're going to do music 10 hours a day, you can do covers for 3 hours, 7 hours, do originals. That's kind of like what I do. Have a good balance of, it's just prioritizing your music.
Makes
for
sense,
me
makes
is
sense.
I wouldn't want to work on a cover.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to do an Ed Sheeran song. I'm not gonna spend the whole day doing the Ed Sheeran song. I'll try to finish it, try to make it good in a short amount of time. And then when I'm working on my originals, that's when I can really put my sweat and my tears into it. Now,
are you finding that you're what's keeping you afloat in Taiwan? Is it the videos, or is it the live performances, or what are your revenue streams right now?
To be honest, to make money out there, you gotta do more than just be a singer. That's what I've been observing. If you're just a singer, a lot of singers, they have to wait on other people to write the track, to produce the track, to mix the track, and then, you know what I mean? John knows. It's like when you're somebody who can do so many things, and man, you have more control. You're able to do everything according to your time. You don't have to wait on people. A lot of artists out there, they've been out there for 5-6 years. They don't even have an album out because they're just waiting on the label.
Yeah.
And you know how labels
and
are.
Are labels still relevant out there?
Not really.
No, I didn't think so.
A lot of them can promise, hey, I promise you we'll get you an album out this year. But 2 years, 3 years later, there's like, we're working on it. It
was definitely changing. Even going back, I was working with a label called Rock Records. I don't know if there's
Rock Records.
So we were doing some stuff with Rock Records
in Taiwan.
Uh-huh.
Rock Records.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did.
You did.
It's going on 18 years now since the last time I talked to him, but I knew Rock Records.
Yeah, their CEO his name is Sam too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I know they were doing pretty good. They were at that time.
At the time, they were huge.
They were the biggest record label
Yes.
in Asia. So
Yes.
that was pretty big. And I don't know if the guys that I knew there are still there. I was working at another record label, and long story short, they really told us where the industry was going at that time because there was so much piracy happening in Asia and Philippines and Vietnam. In the jungles, they would have these CD manufacturing plants and they would push them out for pennies on the dollar. They realized that they had to do something different, so that the idea of the full circle deals that they have, like with Live Nation and everything, they were already doing those back in 1999. So I mean, that's why I was wondering if
Yeah, that's wow, small world. Rock Records.
Yeah, so are you talking to those guys over there?
Yeah, I just had a meeting with them a few months ago. That's cool.
Well, tell them there's a radio station that was the CEO of the company remembers doing business and loved doing business. We never kind of got to hit in our stride, but there was really cool label. I thought they were doing some really amazing things. So part of the philosophy of what we're doing here is because of those dialogues with Rock Records that we need to figure out how we can get artists powered, how we can get their voices out. And then we believe in this whole sponsor model, because that's how we think that the next generation, much like the original generation, Mozart, coming back to your violin playing, Beethoven, these guys got paid by patrons. Wow. And what we now would look at as sponsors, corporations that believe in the voice of an artist and their brand influence over that artist. And then you're seeing that right now with YouTube. A lot of those guys are considered brand influencers. And there's a whole new market that's coming about with that. But they haven't really kind of built that into the music industry. And we're trying to help our friends get paid that way, because you're not getting it from selling a CD anymore.
Exactly. And I mean, to give suggestions, on young artists coming out, I think trying to challenge and get better at what you're doing. Because for me, that's what I did. I didn't know how to produce at all in the beginning. I just played violin, played piano, played guitar. But then I started learning how to do this. And
did you say you play drums too?
Yeah, I play drums too. Yeah, all these instruments.
Don't forget drums.
Right, my bad. You guys can watch my videos when you guys are bored.
Well, we got about 2 minutes left, so at some point we need to get all of that stuff in here, because if they're not aware of you, they need to be.
Right. Thank
you. We want to share that. So continue on with your thought. Sorry.
And just pushing yourself to be better. Don't be stagnant and just like, man, you know what? I'm cool. I can sing, and I'll just do that. I'll just sing covers. I mean, even if you don't know how to write originals, go learn how to. Like ask around, go on YouTube, research, because that's what I did, and it worked out. So, I mean, John didn't know how to mix and master and produce. This guy's amazing right now. It's insane how much better he got.
What are you working on now, John? What's the kind of what's your gear makeup?
RME. As far as the gear, RME conversion.
Yeah.
A lot of universal audio stuff. I love the UAD stuff.
So you got good taste, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Yep,
that's the good stuff.
Yeah, it's been blessed enough to have an excuse to buy the nice stuff.
Yeah. That's well, you got great talents here. So we got 1 minute left, guys. How can people find out about Sam Lin, the brother of Jeremy Lin? Don't take that for you guys. That's not it. But you do hang out with the brother of him, right?
Yes, I hang out with Joe Lin a lot in Taiwan. Shout out to Joe and the Lin family over there. So it's cool. You can find my stuff, social media. I use Facebook a lot. My Facebook fan page is just Sam Lin Music, SAMLIN Music. Instagram is also Sam Lin Music. I don't post as much on YouTube anymore, but you guys can still.
It's a bit oversaturated.
Yeah, my Facebook, it really grew. Being over there. Yeah. The share button is powerful, right, on Facebook. That's when the videos go viral.
Yeah. Well, it's never long enough, man. Appreciate you coming out since you're visiting here in San Diego. This has been the Changing Stage radio show powered by the mighty Intertalk Radio Network, the end to all things music. My name is Florentino. I'm here with Megan, and then, of course, Sam and John. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful time here in San Diego.
Thank you. You
Come
too.
back and visit soon.
For sure. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?